Hey everyone, gather round. Are you ready for a story? Because today I've got an amazing one for you. It's all about the magic chopsticks.
Okay, so picture this. Two men, one wish each. Sounds simple, right? But what they wished for completely changed everything. I mean, their lives went in totally different directions. So, what do you think they wished for? Let's dive in and find out.
All right, let's set the scene. Once upon a time, there were two travelers, and wow, were they tired. They'd been walking for so long, their feet were aching and their tummies were going rumble, rumble, rumble. They were just about to give up when they saw it, a cozy little house. And guess who lived inside? A super wise old monk, you know, the kind with sparkly eyes and a super long white beard.
So the monk invites them in for a chat, and this is where you can really see what they're like on the inside. The first guy, he practically shouts, "I want to be rich, I want to be powerful." But the second guy, he was totally different. He just quietly and politely asked, "Sir, we're very hungry, could we please just have a little food?" Whoa, that's a huge difference, isn't it? Now, the monk, he doesn't get flustered. He just gives this little knowing smile, and he hands each of them a simple pair of chopsticks. Then he leans in and says, in this really calm, magical voice, "These will give you exactly what you seek." Wait a minute. Chopsticks? How are chopsticks supposed to make you rich or give you food? Something mysterious is going on here.
All right, first up, let's follow the guy who wanted all the riches. I wonder what's going to happen with these chopsticks. Let's find out in his story, A House of Gold.
So this guy, he is so excited he can't even stand it. He doesn't walk, he sprints all the way home. He's just thinking gold, jewels, a giant castle. He's picturing himself swimming in a pool of gold coins. He just can't wait to try out those chopsticks.
Okay, so he gets home, grabs a bowl of rice, and picks up the chopsticks. His hands are probably shaking a little, right? He touches the rice and kazam! In the blink of an eye, the whole bowl of rice turns into glittering, shiny gold. Can you believe it? He must have been jumping for joy.
He's laughing, he's cheering. It worked, it worked. Then he goes to eat some veggies. He picks up a carrot with the chopsticks and clank, it turns into solid, cold metal.
Oh.
So his whole house is starting to look super fancy and expensive, but there's nothing to eat. His tummy is starting to complain really loudly.
So, let's do the math. How much gold did he have? A lot. How much happiness did he have? 0. A big, round 0. He was lonely, he was starving, and all his treasure was just cold. This was not the amazing life he had imagined at all.
Okay, but what about the other traveler? The kind man who just asked for some food. Let's check in with him. His story is called A World of Warmth. Doesn't that just sound so much nicer?
Now this guy, he did something completely different. He didn't run home to hoard his magic. Nope. He took his chopsticks and started walking, going from town to town, looking for anyone who might be hungry or sad.
And when he'd find a village, he'd see an empty pot, and he'd just give it a little tap with his chopsticks, and whoosh! Suddenly, that empty pot would be totally full of hot, yummy, delicious-smelling food. I can almost smell it now. Can you?
And you know who loved this the most? The kids. Their hungry faces would just light up. They'd run over, eat the warm food, and suddenly the whole village was filled with smiles and laughter instead of rumbling tummies. The hunger just, poof, disappeared.
So, what was his treasure? It wasn't gold or jewels, that's for sure. His treasures were things like always having warm food, being surrounded by happy friends, seeing grateful smiles, and getting a great night's sleep because his heart was so full. Now that sounds like a pretty amazing reward, doesn't it?
Wow, 2 men, 2 pairs of chopsticks, and 2 totally different stories. So that brings us to a really important question. What's actually valuable in life?
So let's put them side by side. You've got one guy, all by himself, with a bunch of cold gold he can't do anything with. And then you have the other guy, who's got friends all around him in a community full of warm, happy hearts. If you had to choose, which one would you say is the truly rich one?
And that's really the heart of the story, you know? The big idea is this: what you want most, well, it creates the world you live in. Being greedy might get you a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't feed your heart. But being kind, that feeds everybody, and it makes you feel wonderful too.
And that's our story. But hold on, don't go anywhere, because this part is all about you. That's right, now it's your turn.
Let's see what you remember. Pop quiz time!
First question, what did the first man's chopsticks turn everything into? I bet you know. Yep, gold and cold metal.
Okay, question number 2. What did the kind man's magic chopsticks make? You got it. Warm, delicious food for everyone.
And here's the most important question of all. Ready? Who was the one who was really rich at the end of the story? Of course, it was the kind man with all his friends.
You know what's so cool about this story? You actually have your own kind of magic. You really do. It's called kindness. And you don't need special chopsticks to use it. Maybe today you can try sharing something small. It could be one of your crayons, a smile, or even just helping to set the table. That's all magic.
So, that's what I want you to think about today. What little bit of your own magic, your own kindness, are you going to share with the world? Thanks so much for listening to our story today. Remember to be kind.